Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. Obviously, a lot of stuff on the Chargers talked about this week. I'm curious, how are you going to stay united through all this as far as what you guys want?
I feel like we have been. I think that, it's just a tough situation because every team does want a little different things here and there. There's some 4 basics that we all feel like we deserve. But, each team has, how they were prioritized, those top 4 might be different for each team, but the 4 things really encapsulates what all the teams want. That would make all the teams happy. But, why this is such an important thing is we've had 11 teams go out of business since 2016. That's not good. And certainly if we can continue on the trend of, a couple stakeholders doing really well and one not, that will continue, and that's not going to be good for our sport.
Thanks. Michael Massie, Frontstretcth. You did the Flying 11 throwback a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Ray Hendrick got nominated for the first time for the Hall of Fame this year. What do you think? Do you have a case for him to get in there?
I mean, he was a little bit before my time, so I can't speak to it, very high educatedly that all his accomplishments, but you just kind of see what they are with all the modified championships and whatnot. I was just a big fan of his son and Roy Hendrick. He was one of the local short track aces around the Mid-Atlantic that I always watched, and so I saw that Flying 11 going around Southside Speedway for many decades, and so I was always a big fan of the family. And, it had some Virginia roots there. So, that was something that definitely meant a lot to me. And certainly when Rick Hendrick, was able to bring out his Flying 8 car that he has in his museum to kind of put the two together, it was super special. So certainly, would love to see them, make it in. But I don't have enough knowledge about, his accolades to really speak on it.
Say after getting kicked, are you breathing normally again? or you feel like you're sucking wind here?
I mean, I'm just trying to find the horseshoe that's up his ass. It's I think learning how the sport can go. You can start your year off the best you've ever done, and you gotta be mindful that it can go south quick, which it has, but that shouldn't deter you from the path that you set yourself up for the start of the year. And so you can be frustrated and pissed off all you want, but as long as you make a constructive criticism, giving yourself and the team the right feedback to keep moving the needle forward, that's what I've been trying to do. Basically, it's easier for me to put it to the side, but it's still frustrating. It's still hard. So it is what it is, though. The sport doesn't stop. Time doesn't stop for you, so no need to sit and dwell on it. There's a lot of people in your corner that are looking for good things out of this weekend. So we got to go out and do that for them.
Search Zane out just to...
Say again?
Zane Smith. Doesn't he let him got... Well, then I guess you don't have to reach out to somebody if you recognize.
Hell no, I'm not. Y'all will be writing a bigger deal about that one, though, I'm sure.
Would you prefer if they were to reach out?
That's what I've always done. I wrecked Brad at Phoenix, and that one was hard to swallow. How I took him out of a top 10 run for him and walked up to him right after the race. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to talk to somebody face to face. But I did that. I got wrecked by Brad at Coda, and he talks to the team like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Hadn't said a word to me. So, but yeah, it's you look at the video from last week, 45 and 71. It's all racing deal for sure. I just got caught on the bad end of the deal, but I think if I was roles reversed, I would be reaching out, hey man, I was put in a bad spot and I messed up or whatnot. But I don't know. When you shove your ass in the corner and they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know." So
this kind of goes back to Eric's question, but how nice then is it to be able to come here as a rebound to try to rekindle the good momentum that you guys had?
I mean, that's all you can do. You got to look back at the things that you are in control of. We were doing everything right. We weren't up in the top 5 all day. We weren't leading laps at Dover, but we knew it was going to be a grind. And I I ate that up, and I was long for the task, long for the ride, and things were okay. Looking at a top 10 day, and then you're 32nd. So it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't go back and change the results now. Only thing you can do is start a new result this weekend.
2 top 10s at Darlington. Most of the young guys, it takes them a while to get used to that track.
Yeah.
What makes you good there early?
Good cars, good people, the right resources and tools, and then just growing an appreciation for that track. That's a tough place to race around and to get a hold of. But when you have all those things and you trust in the car and the team, then it makes it a little bit easier.
You excited to go to Iowa summer?
Holy cow! I never question until just now. Sure, yeah, it'll be fun.
You've been good there in the past.
I don't even remember. It's been so long ago. So yeah, let's bring it back.
Thanks, guys.
Last week at Dover, you got a top 10. How important was it to kind of get back on track?
Yeah, last week, I feel like we're really fast. It was really track position dependent, and we didn't really have that. But towards the end, we kind of cleaned up and got up there. But 2 other guys snuck up in there with the way the caution fell. So 10th, we probably may have been 8th.
We're at a track where Toyota is dominated, especially over the last couple of years. You're still obviously searching for a first win on the Cup level. Do you put any extra pressure on races that Toyota have historically been dominant at in terms of trying to find that first win, or is it just something where it's going to come, but you just got to focus on the race itself?
Yeah, I prepare for the races really consistently and about the same every single weekend, and that's just the way I put in my hard work. And I go each race I go to win. I wouldn't show up here if I wasn't going to do that. So that doesn't really come across my mind.
You got off to such a good start this year, the first 5 or, really the first month. Between Richmond and Talladega, how frustrating was that not to get the finishes that you were having?
Yeah, we've been really strong. We just missed it for, a week, and then the way cautions fall at the end of some of these races, it didn't help us out at all. So sometimes it's just the nature of the racing and how it goes.
Do you feel like the team's still as strong as it was back a month ago?
Yeah, for sure. I think the team's strong and only getting stronger.
Hi, this is Steven Stumpf. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Check out the 2 videos beside me, and for more racing content, visit frontstretcth.com.